Who would have thought I would have been so bored with a game that involves demolishing a town? UFO, powers, destroy the town before the army shows up. First off the bat, you do have a UFO, but you'll pretty much never use it. Each level does have different power-ups in which you use and are given. They include placing down oil, a glue that can send the car swerving left or right, the ability to control a car, a jump for a car, or a car that will explode upon contact. As you destroy buildings, you earn cash, which is your points, and in very few levels, about 3 times overall, you get a massive power-up, which in one level is a wrecking ball which you control with your UFO, or a larger rock which when dropped causes a massive earthquake in a select radius. Each level gives you a time limit, which after that time reaches 0, the army will show up and instantly destroy your UFO, causing you to have to replay the level. It sounds interesting, the one problem is, however, the game maps are so small that you never really have the army show up. That only ever happened to me once, and that was on the final level where you have to destroy 36 buildings. Apart from that, never once did I come across the army. The game has a leaderboard feature and a star system. The leaderboard feature works as when you complete a level, your cash total will be displayed on the leaderboard, and depending on the amount of cash you earn, you'll be given a star score from 1 to 3. The problem with this implementation is it never made me want to go back and replay the levels to earn a higher score. It just never felt compelling enough. There is a game mode in which you can replay levels with 10 of every power-up. This is an interesting feature that if you love the game, you're going to absolutely love this game mode if you want to wreak havoc. If you don't like the game, then there won't really be any reason for you to play this game mode. The game has a black market feature, which when you're playing a level you will be earning cash. This cash can be used in the black market to buy things such as a prevention to stop the army from coming so soon, more points, or things like a larger radius for picking stuff up. The one problem with this is that none of it really is to help destroy buildings, and because of that I never felt the need to use the black market and I never really touched it. And finally, there is a workshop feature which allows you to play other people's levels or create your own levels. So if you like the game enough and you want to try out some other people's created levels, there's that for you to stick your teeth into. The music will become rather repetitive, especially when you play the same level for the 30th time. Remember when I said about the destroying of buildings? Yeah, the physics engine for the game is decent. It certainly isn't the best, however, it seems to be consistent enough to point out what you will do each time when you attempt some levels for numerous times. Now, remember in the opening when I said I was bored? You get all these powers to destroy the city, however, I just never really felt powerful. The cows feel like small bombs, the cars are annoying to control, and the wrecking ball feels restricted. Because the wrecking ball is stuck to the bottom of the UFO, it just doesn't feel big and powerful. The only time I felt powerful was when I got a fuel tanker, jumped a ramp, and destroyed a few buildings at once with a massive explosion. Design-wise, the buildings look very similar, which despite being a bit annoying, I can somewhat understand why it's the case. The main thing I have a problem with, however, is the city's height feels very similar. There isn't a lot of variation when it comes to the building's height, and that bothers me quite a bit. Finally, story-wise, there really isn't any replayability unless you want to best your score and increase your leaderboard ranking. The story is about 3 hours long, with myself being stuck on some levels for insane amounts of time. And as said earlier, you do have extra levels in the workshop to play. Personally, the game is pretty average. Average gameplay, lackluster building destruction, repetitive soundtrack, and random difficulty spikes. The problem is there are games in which the building destruction gameplay is far superior, example being Destroy All Humans, all 4 of them, including the Wii game. Now, here's the thing, the game is only $6.94, not even $10, so it's not like you'll be paying a lot of money for this experience. For the price you pay, it's hard to be too annoyed at the average game. I'm going to give Demolition Inc. a 5.5 out of 10. It's in the middle range for average, and the only reason it's receiving not a completely average score is the workshop. However, even if you find enjoyment from the workshop levels, it doesn't change any of the mechanics of the game.